Hey all, Hipper here. Today is Hipper Day, and we're taking it out with an Agile build, obviously, with Lucians at the helm. And this is quite an interesting battle, this one here, but I'll get into more detail later. First, I just want to go through the commander, but I'm sure you've seen this. Azure Lane Baltimore, Takao, Ingenious, full speed ahead, Velocious, steer clear, and fully packed. So a standard Agile build. Aiming systems, rudder again, and the improved reload over here in the last. And don't forget the sonar, 5.6 kilometers, it's really good. And let's have a look at the maneuverability here, 2.1 second rudder and 36 knots. So that's as agile as you can make Hipper using Lucians here. So we are on Greece, and it is one of my least favorite maps, this one here. Usually what happens on this map is that everyone gathers behind B, not at B, and there's a big difference. Because at B at least you are capping, but if you're just sitting in the area behind B, like you have to make sure that you're not getting flanked, and usually when that happens, that's exactly what happens. Like my team gets totally flanked and annihilated very quickly. I mean, more often than not, this map here just turns into an awful mess of battleships going in all sorts of different directions, and usually panicking when they realize that they are getting flanked, and yeah, it's just not a lot of fun usually. So what I always do usually on this map here is I go in and I see if I can't cap B, and usually I can. Especially in Hipper, it's really good because you can just head in full steam, and then when you get into the cap, you pop your sonar on, and if you sit all the way up at the island in the middle, you can pretty much cover the whole cap with the sonar, meaning that no destroyer can get in there in nearly 2 minutes, giving you ample time to cap. Of course, the destroyer can get in if they really want to, but they'll be spotted the whole time, and most destroyers don't like that. So it's a good scare tactic. So I have an aggressive Georgia in here with me, which is always nice, and that's like makes perfect sense for him to do that because there's only one destroyer on this map here, and he's looks like he's over at A somewhere, not here, because he would probably be capping by now. So I'm having a look at the map here, and it looks like C is getting no love. So once I finish capping B here, I will head over to C if I can, because there's a lot of battleships sitting out here on the flank. And that serves two purposes. One, of course, I want to cap C, obviously. And second, I want to get at the broadsides of these battleships here that are lumped together behind the island. And usually that's exactly what my team does. The battleships just sit there, and they aren't really able to shoot at anyone or be very useful. So it's nice for once to be on the team where, well, that doesn't happen. Of course, I have my own problems on this team here, but they're of a different caliber than usual. So because all the enemy battleships are too busy hiding and not being useful, I can actually get out of the cap here in full view of everybody, and pretty much just continue on with my my thing, which is, like I said, to go and cap C, because it's pretty much undefended. And if you look at my battleships over at A, this is where it's starting to look a little bit sketchy again. I don't know what it is with this map here. It just brings out like probably the least like useful play in most players, and it's a good question why. I think it's just that it's such an open map and there's very little cover, and it is a challenging map. Not as bad as shards though. So yeah. Anyway, I'm far away enough from the battleships now, so I'm going to turn in, and then I'm going to head in for C. And there's some other cruiser sitting out here, but he has no interest in capping anything, it looked like. So And now we just have to avoid a naughty salvo there. Quite annoying because I was already on my way to go in, and this is going to cost me time. So like I said, what I'm hoping to do here is after I took B, I'm going to head over to C and see if I can't cap that, which shouldn't be a problem. There's no one over there. And at the same time, I should be able to keep anyone trying to take B from actually capping it. Because when you are sitting in the C cap, you have a pretty good shooting window at ships over at B, so I should be able to reset anyone trying to take the cap. Because I don't see anyone other than the friendly Georgia in there actually trying to hold it. So I'm expecting that it'll be challenged. Well, it already challenged, but I'm expecting we'll lose it at some point. So unfortunately, the other hipper is looks like he's heading over here. So that means I need to put this island here between us, because I need to be able to cap. I cannot have that guy sitting there shooting at me and resetting me all the time. Because like I said before, that's going to cost me time. And if there's one thing I don't have in this match here, it's time. And you'll see that in the end, because well, it's partly my own fault because I don't keep an eye on the clock. But we actually lose this battle here, although I could probably have won it if I just well, had looked at the correct time. But we'll get to that. So I'm putting fire on this hipper here to try to scare him to turn back where he came from, because I don't want him to get on my flank here, and he should be able to reset me then, and that's like the last thing I need, like I said. So we're just gonna have a bit of a peek, and it looks like he's still continuing, so we need to get rid of him. So I'll just reverse out and have another peek, and if I can get a shot off, I will. He's not completely broadside though. I was hoping he would be, but it's fine. We got a shot off, and he didn't. So we are ready to finish capping right there. And that means we've taken B and we've taken C. And now the enemies are moving in towards B. So I'll have to reinforce that cap again now, although I just came from there. But like I said, it's really important to take this cap here because it was undefended, and it's gonna give us a lot of extra points. So yeah, heading back towards B now, and of course all the battleships have their eye on me now because they know where I am, and especially this key here is a bit of a problem, because it's a nasty battleship. Not many players actually play it, but I guess it's a rare one to have. But it's a very, very nasty ship, especially due to the fact that it also has torpedoes. So I can't just go in and rush him, which I probably would have done had this been any other battleship. But yeah, so we'll just have to sit here and keep resetting him, because it's pretty much the only thing I can do right now, because he has a lot of backup, and like I said, he has torps, and it would be a bit foolish to take him on, at least for the moment. And now I'm getting nicely focused here by everyone on the flank, so I need to get at least get a little bit of cover here, or put a little bit more distance between this key here and myself, because it really, like I said, it is a really dangerous battleship. One of the most dangerous in my opinion. And now the Odin joins the fray as well, and there's a cruiser somewhere out there as well. So I'm going to have to pull even further back here, and then see if I can't enter the B cap from like further back in the map. Because as you can see, I can't push in now. So I'm using my fast rudder here to pretty much just, well, kite as many salvos as I can at the moment, and then as soon as like the opportunity presents itself, I'll turn around and head in towards B again. This is probably where the red team actually wins this battle right here now, because they are making me waste so much time, because I can't turn around until they actually like stop firing at me for a second, and I spent like nearly a minute kiting there, and that was, well, time wasted really. We are still ahead on points, but we have lost B cap now, so I have to get in, and I have to get in fast. And I was asking those battleships there to give me a hand, because, yeah, I mean, that would be nice, but it doesn't look like much is going to happen. So I am going to approach B again, pretty much like I did before. Head in and see if I can cap, and just bring the sonar on when I get in there if there is any threat of destroyers, and then see if we can't remove this hipper here, because he's been quite a nuisance the whole battle actually. So someone else took him out, and that's fine. That means that I can head in with even less enemy ships in there to worry about. I just wish this key here was a little bit lower on health. Like I said before, I really am not very comfortable with these battleships here, because just like a Margie, they just kill cruisers so easily. Actually, a Margie and Key are probably the battleships I fear the most in an Agile cruiser, because like for some reason bouncing their shells is just really hard. They just penetrate whatever you're doing basically. Yeah, they are quite a problem, even more so than Yamato or any of the legendary battleships. And it's a good thing that not many players play them, because they are probably the biggest threat to Agile cruisers, along with the French Tier 6 Lyon. That's also a really nasty one to run into. So we're down to 2 versus 4 now, and in a minute it'll be 1 versus 4. It's pretty much all down to that key there. It's just such a hard ship to remove if you're not a battleship, because it's heavily armored and it's really hard to start fires on it, and AP doesn't really bite that much unless it's completely broadside, and even then it's still a little bit disappointing. And then of course you can't rush it because it has torpedoes, so you have to be careful. So it's a ship that's really annoying, and luckily he's down on health, like pretty much dead now. So I'll see if I can't take him out now here. Let's pop the sonar on, we should be able to see him. But as you see, this player is not stupid. He's already seen me, he knows where I'm coming from, so he fires some torps. But obviously it's not really a problem. I saw them coming a long way. But he does get off a salvo, and he doesn't hit very well there, which is down to RNG, I think. At least the key is gone now. The biggest threat in this game here is finally away, gone, out. But time is running out. We are 100 points behind, and it's still this game can go either way at the moment. So right here I think that I actually burn this Iowa to the ground, because I have like 2 fires going on it, and it looks like he is about to sink, and then we just use our Agile rudder to avoid his salvo there, because that HE salvo there would have knocked my engine out, and I hate that. So I just got a high caliber on him then, and at this moment here I pretty much think that he's just going to burn out behind the island, so I don't really give him any more thought. But the Odin is back, and as you can see we still have the sonar on, and in this case here that's really fortuitous, because in a minute we're going to spot a destroyer that's well, trying to make a naughty pass in here in the cap. There he is, and that's why I love the sonar on Hipper. Like, it lasts so long, and it just helps you in situations like this where you could potentially be surprised by a destroyer around the corner like this. So I get my torps off, and it looks like they actually, both of them are going to head into them. And the torp takes out the destroyer, and in a minute the Odin will fall as well. So just before this, I had a look at the clock and I saw, oh, there was about 2 minutes left. So that's perfect. I'll just cap and then I'll take the Iowa out. And at this time here, I'm not looking at the clock. I'm looking at the horizon to see if the Iowa is coming around here, and I'm trying to reset me because I don't want to be reset. So I want to cap first, and then I want to just go around the corner and do whatever I have to do to take out that Iowa. But I don't realize, I think I have 1.5 minutes left, but I actually only have less than half a minute. So by the time I figure out that, hey, I don't have enough time, is when the countdown becomes audible and you can hear the countdown, which is when you reach 10 like now. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll just be able to cap, but that's it, unfortunately. I could probably have taken that Iowa out if I just had another 30 seconds or a minute. But unfortunately, not to be. It was still a really good battle for me. Like 2 solo caps, 1 assisted cap, and like 3 kills, and I got a high caliber Confederate and a double kill. And if you look at my XP, I am just behind the winner on the enemy team, and a 2400 XP loss is yeah, quite rare, I'd say. So had I won, this would have been probably somewhere 3,700, 3,800, something like that. But like I said, unfortunately a loss. But it shows you how versatile Hipper is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.